everyone, welcome back to my virtual aesthetics channel. My name is Tina and this is Goddess Beauty Rituals, where I'm talking to you about skincare. And I released or kicked off my channel with a series called The Basics Ritual, and today we're on step number 3 and it's going to be all about moisturizers. This episode is going to be real sciencey, so please stick through it because there is a lot of key information that I'm going to share about moisturizers that are really important. And before getting started, I'm going to ask that you hit the subscribe button and subscribe to my channel so that going forward you're up to date on any new skincare content that I'm going to be releasing. So thanks for joining and let's get started. Do you guys watch American Horror Story? My husband and I just started watching season 8 and I think it's the apocalypse season or episodes, and the redheaded witch with the big orange hair, I just feel like my hair has those vibes. This is my natural hair, by the way, but it's making me think of that looking at myself right now. So I don't know why I said that, but I just wanted to share that. I feel so silly. I just realized that I called the witch on American Horror Story a redhead with the flame. So she has like flaming orange hair. It is totally fabulous and I love it. And so I'm getting those like witchy, big haired, kinky kind of vibes here. And it just made me think of that. All right, so the next step in our basic ritual is going to be moisturizing. And this is where it's going to get really sciencey. Our bodies go through a process called transepidermal water loss, otherwise known as TEWL. And this process is when water leaves the body through our skin. So I want you to envision and think of your skin cells like juicy little grapes. So when your skin is hydrated, it is going to be plump and full of water, and that water will even reflect light, giving skin its radiance. So when there's no protection from the sun and nothing helping to hold in the moisture in your skin, your cells end up looking like raisins. And what I mean by that is your skin becomes dull, dry, flaky, and dehydrated. You could even develop wrinkles, have loss of firmness, and hyperpigmentation. In extreme cases, if you're not moisturizing your skin and helping keep hydration, you can experience cracking and flaking. Moisturizers, for a really good moisturizer, you're going to want to look for 3 key components that a moisturizer is made up of. And I'm going to go over those 3 components. So the 3 components needed are going to mimic our skin's natural moisturization factor. Alright, so the 3 key components that are needed in a good moisturizer are going to be humectants, emollients, and occlusives. So humectants pull water up from the dermis, and they pull from the air as well, as long as the air is over like 70% humid, I think. And they're going to increase the level of moisture in your outermost layer of skin. So this helps your skin become less prone to flaking, cracking, or chafing. And examples of humectants are AHAs, glycerine, hyaluronic acid, aloe, and seaweed. And for the AHAs, it's specifically lactic acids. And occlusives are, so the water that we're drawing to the outermost layer doesn't evaporate. An occlusive is going to be needed to slow down that evaporation process. And what it does is it actually repels water. and the molecules in occlusives are too large to seep into skin. So what it is going to do is sit on the surface and create this barrier and kind of seal in the water needed to keep your skin hydrated. So examples of occlusives are going to be dimethicone, petroleum, mineral oil, and some more natural forms are like plant oils, butters, beeswax, vegetable waxes. And lastly, emollients. An emollient in a moisturizer is going to be used to fill in the gaps or the spaces in your skin, and it's going to make your skin feel smooth, reducing that rough, flaky feel. And some emollients also provide occlusive results by creating that barrier and holding in moisture, but its primary function is to soften and smooth the skin. Common emollients are going to be lipids, oils, kaleido oatmeal, and shea butters. And I think I was reading that alcohols are used as this step also in a moisturizer, but I don't think that alcohol in a product is a good idea. I think it's kind of a shortcut to make your skin have, you know, kind of like that instant gratification where you're gonna feel soft and like, ooh, this product works so well, it makes my skin immediately so soft. But the long-term effects of using alcohol in a product are not going to be worth it for that short-term gratification. So I would stay away from any moisturizers that say they have alcohol in them because it kind of defeats the purpose. And moisturizers as a whole with these humectants, occlusives, and emollients are meant to keep your hydration levels balanced in your skin. Any other ingredients, unless you want to use something targeted, is not really going to be needed in your moisturizer because you can supplement that in other steps in your routine prior to moisturizing. So if you're not using a serum or any other active ingredients, you can choose one that suits your skin's needs. But again, moisturizers do not have to be full of bells and whistles. So next I'm going to talk about the different skin types and moisturizers that can be used for those skin types. As babies, we do not actually have a skin type, but as we age, based on our diet, environment, and lifestyle, that's what's going to determine what our skin type is. And regardless of your skin type, you are going to need to use a moisturizer. So for oily skin, you want to look for gels or water creams, something that's lighter. For oily to combination skin types, you can use gels to creams. For combination to dry skin, creams will work. And for very dry or mature skin, look for heavy creams. And I do not think you need a specific day cream and night cream because a moisturizer, a good moisturizer, again, should be made up of the three components that I mentioned. But if you're using a day moisturizer that's formulated with some form of SPF in it, you're not going to want to use that at night. So then you'll want to look for a night cream or a nighttime moisturizer. I'm going to show you how I apply my moisturizer, and you're going to hear all kinds of ways to apply it. I know in department stores they tell you like you have to apply it by rubbing up and doing all this specific way of applying it, but you just have to make sure you're applying it gently all over your skin, and I'm going to show you how and where I apply mine. Alright, I'm going to demonstrate how I apply my moisturizer. I'm sorry, the stool I'm sitting on I feel like it's falling apart, so it's like really squeaky, so I'm really sorry about that. I'm going to use the Cactine Balancing Moisturizer by Skin Scripts. They are a professional line. You can get their products from a licensed esthetician. These are my notes from my studies when I was learning about Skin Scripts. and I just want to kind of show you my notes. Oop. So I have them from lightest to heaviest, and the Cactine Balancing Moisturizer is normal combination sensitive acneic skin. It balances, it's anti-inflammatory, and it's soothing sensitized skin. I've been kind of stressed, I don't know, like everything in the world, being stuck at home. All of that has been, last week it kind of took its toll on me. I don't know why. I mean, I guess it's normal, human nature, but my skin got a little stressed. I experienced some breakouts, and now everything's looking good. Believe it or not, in this whole process, I am doing a basics ritual. And so I've been doing cleansing, toning, and moisturizing. And you'll find out what the next step is after this video. So I've been keeping it very minimal, and I'm going to be going through the steps and just showing you the changes that my skin is making. Because when you fall off, your skin reverts back very quickly. But if you're getting on minimal steps and doing these steps continually, you'll start to see changes. So I don't know if you remember what my skin looked like when I started this process. Here we are now. I feel like it is improving because I'm sticking with a routine. But I take my moisturizer, I put some there, 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 and there. So I take about a pea-size amount, I put it in these areas. And again, I did a double cleanse because it is the evening, and I used a hydrating toner because my skin's feeling a little dry. And the only other thing I've been using is the skin medication from Glymed Plus on these breakouts, and the astringent to kind of suck up the oil. But basically, each little dot is just focused to cover that spot. And I'm like lightly, I'm not pressing at all, I'm just rubbing it in. And I like to go in each area, and at the end, just kind of press in. So each little amount is enough to cover that area. And then whatever's left over, you can bring it down, because your skincare really should be from here down to your nipples if you want. Because, you know, this is all an area that can be exposed, and you can really see aging, and I've neglected mine a little bit. So again, these processes that I'm talking to you about, they are habits that I'm getting into as well. I know I'm an esthetician, but I'm not perfect. I'm just like you, and I'm just going through the processes. But that's how I apply my moisturizer, and that's it. Thanks for tuning in to this demo here. Alright, if you've made it to the end of the video here, thank you so much for sticking through and watching. I know that was a lot of information to cover, and I'm going to, sorry about that, I'm going to do my best to create an informative infographic as a resource, and again, that's going to be listed in my Instagram. And I also like to create a slide immediately following that specific Instagram with recommendations of products. We'll definitely have some recommendations in there with these wonderful lines that I'm using. I'm still finding my flow here in my videos and what exactly I'm going to be creating and adding in and doing. Again, my process is changing with each video, and it's all a learning process, and so we're just gonna keep going with the flow here and getting through it. So please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment for me below, and thanks for tuning in. Much love, and I will see you guys soon. Thanks.